Okay, Harry Maguire is garbage. Okay, Harry Maguire is crap. Harry Maguire is one of the worst players we've ever seen. Okay, look, whenever Harry Maguire makes a mistake, like the own goal today in the England-Scotland game, it is blown way out of proportion that he is this horrible player, that he has no business being a part of the England squad. And there's a portion of me that agrees with that he shouldn't be called him because he doesn't play for Manchester United. He sits on the bench, gets the odd League Cup game. He's just not a solid enough player. But ultimately, when you look at it, when he plays for England, apart from the own goal, he generally does very well. He did very well in the World Cup in 2022. He did reasonably well in the Euros as well, 2020. But whenever you talk about Harry Maguire, there are three problems that he has, okay? The three problems are, A, the price tag that Manchester United paid for him, $80 million. Two, the fact that he went to Manchester United of all teams. And three, that he was named captain of Manchester United, okay? All those things created a perfect storm for a player to be criticized at every little mistake. Look, 90% of the time, he does a great job. 95% of the time, he does a good job, okay? It's just those little mistakes that he tends to make that tend to drive people crazy. And whenever anything goes wrong, okay, for Manchester United, look at this past weekend against Arsenal. Okay, not this past weekend, but the weekend before against Arsenal. Okay, he goes in the second half, and the Arsenal fans cheer that, hey, Harry Maguire's coming on. He actually played reasonably well. He didn't play lights out, but he played reasonably well. But because of Arsenal scores 2 goals late, he gets blamed for it. Not necessarily blamed for it, but he gets, you see the Manchester United fans claiming, why do we have Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire? How do we expect to defend with Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire? Look, whenever he goes on against for England today, he gets booed and jeered. When he was in the United States and he played, he got booed and he got jeered. Okay? Harry Maguire goes out there and busts his tail. Okay? He works hard. Okay? Is he a player? Is he a Manchester United player? Probably not. But name me a Manchester United player that they do like. That is good enough. Okay? Casemiro, Rashford, Sancho. Well, we won't talk about Sancho. I mean, look at Arsenal. Right now, we have our own version of Harry Maguire in Kai Havertz. Okay? We have Kai Havertz whiffs on a shot in like the 14th minute, passes the ball, gives the ball away that leads to a goal for Manchester United, and then gets dives for a penalty, which gets overturned by VAR. And now Arsenal fans are complaining about Kai Havertz. What's Kai Havertz? Look, Kai Havertz is a solid player, is a decent player, scored a goal in the Champions League final. But let's get back to Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire goes out there and busts his tail. He works as hard. He does not deserve the treatment that he gets from the fans. Gareth Southgate even said it today in his press conference. He doesn't agree with the way people are treating Harry Maguire. And look, a lot of that Gareth Southgate brings on himself. Why are you picking a guy who doesn't play regularly for the England team? He says he wants to pick players who are in form with their clubs. Well, Harry Maguire is certainly not in form with his club because he doesn't play with his first club. Okay, he basically sits on the bench. He had an opportunity to go to West Ham, but turned that down. Okay, so all these things are going on, and Harry Maguire is at Manchester United, and every mistake that he makes at Manchester United is going to be exasperated. It's going to be blown way out of proportion. That is the problem for Harry Maguire that he has to overcome and has to deal with. Now, realistically, he is never going to win the Manchester United faithful back. Okay? he is just, unless he goes out there and becomes the incarnation of Franz Beckenbauer or Baresi or Maldini or somebody like that, unless that happens, it's not going to, it's just not going to happen. And ultimately, Harry Maguire needs to get out of Manchester United. Okay, he needs to leave there. He needs to go to someplace else where he can play his football and play well. He also needs to get away from England because the people, look, he has busted his tail for England. There is no question about him busting his tail for England. Okay, yes, he got an own goal today, but that was, look, it happens. Okay, it happens to the best of us. But Harry Maguire ultimately is a hardworking defender who just is in the wrong place at the wrong time too often, and too many times gets blamed for things that are not necessarily in his control. Now, some things are, but some things are not. But either way you look at it, Harry Maguire is a hardworking defender, a guy who works his tail off, a guy who busts his ass, a guy who tries as hard as humanly possible to turn Manchester United into winners and to turn England into winners. But he just, every time he makes a mistake, it is blown way out of proportion. And that is the problem that he has. And he is never going to win over the Manchester United fans. He's never going to win over the England fans. He's won over Gareth Southgate, but that's about it. But that's it. Those are my thoughts. Okay, put your comments. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think Harry Maguire is not a great defender, but a decent defender and someone who deserves a lot of credit for sticking it out and busting his tail and working as hard as humanly possible. Those are my thoughts. Please click like, share, and subscribe, and have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.